Good morning, everyone. Welcome to March, and welcome to another edition of Highlight News. I'm your host, Michael Mancuso, and today is a special edition. I'm going to do some breaking highlight news. And spoiler alert, it's about the coronavirus. So let's get into the breaking highlight. Coronavirus again. Yeah, I know I keep bringing up the coronavirus, but the whole situation, it gets more like there's more things to talk about it, really, and it gets pretty dangerous. So I want to inform you about what's going on recently. So, starting with this, I think students do know what's going on too. So, a male in his 50s, I believe, was found here in New Rochelle, diagnosed with coronavirus or COVID-19, as I'm going to refer to as, not to get mixed up with any other strand. So, I'm going to call it COVID-19. The man in his 50s was a lawyer, I believe, as I read. I'm not sure if he was a lawyer, but I think he was a lawyer. He hadn't traveled recently, I heard, and he had been diagnosed with coronavirus. It's kind of scary. It's making me somewhat scared of the situation, yeah. And just think about it: a man living in New Rochelle, sick with COVID-19, and we go to a college in here in New Rochelle. It's kind of scary, huh? I also read a report of a news source called the Daily Voice in Pelham, stating that the family of the New Rochelle lawyer and a neighbor of his were tested for COVID-19, and the results came back positive. Anyways, Iona sent out an email addressing COVID-19, so I tell you students listening to this, check your emails because there is an email out there talking about the coronavirus, and there's more stuff on there to get you informed about the coronavirus. For now, though, I'm not going to act too cautious on it, like wear a doctor's mask or anything like that, small mask, whatever. I am not spacing myself from anybody because, I'm always around people. But I am going to be somewhat cautious about it. Not too cautious, but somewhat cautious. Because I have a newborn nephew living with me at the moment. And God forbid he gets sick. So, yeah. And it's time for something completely different. So I'm going to talk about video games. It's my favorite subject to talk about, video games. And I want to talk about the upcoming games that are coming out. They were announced earlier last year, E3 2019, and I have 3 games I'm really hyped for that I want to talk about at the moment. So the first game that I want to talk about is Square Enix's Final Fantasy VII Remake. It looks really gorgeous. It looks really nice. It's a ground-up remake of Square Enix's Final Fantasy VII, a Japanese RPG from the PlayStation 1 era. I played the original one. It was really fun. And I played the demo, which is out on the PlayStation 4 store, and that was really fun as well. It takes place in the first part of the game, so there's going to be a multi-part game thing. So one game is going to take place in the first part, another game is going to take place in the second part, I believe. That's what it looks like. And the demo, it was pretty good. It was fun, and it's free. So if you have a PlayStation 4 and you're interested in Final Fantasy, then I'd say, hey, give it a try. You might really like it. The game is going to come out this April, on the 10th, April 10th, 2020. And yeah, I'm really hyped for it. The next game that has me hyped it comes from Capcom. It's a game called Resident Evil 3. It's a remake of the original Resident Evil 3. It's Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, if you want to call it that. It takes place during, before, and after the events of Resident Evil 2. And it's a horror survival game from the PlayStation 1 era as well. It's a third-person zombie survival game. It looks pretty nice. I played the remake of Resident Evil 2, and I liked it a lot. And I really can't wait for this one to come out, which comes out on April 3rd, 2020. And the last and final game I'm hyped for that was announced at E3 2019 was Animal Crossing New Horizons. I liked the last Animal Crossing game on the 3DS. It was pretty fun. I'm looking forward to the building like a town with friends aspect, because I have a lot of friends who own a Nintendo Switch and who really like Animal Crossing as a game. Looking at the trailers, this game looks very nice, and it comes out this March, the 20th of March, 2020. And I have a quick weather segment before I leave, because I'm like on a little bit of a schedule here. So today, on Friday, we got a high of 46 and a low of 36. There's light rain expected by noon, which is today. So if there's rain, do pack an umbrella. Saturday, we got a high of 47 and a low of 34. Mostly sunny. Sunday, a high of 58, a low of 47. Beautiful day for the weekend. But not the beautiful day for the next week. Monday, the best day of the week, high of 65 degrees and a low of 51 degrees. And it's sunny throughout the entire day. I have school that day, but hey, I'll still go out and get some fresh air. It's supposed to be the best day of the week. Tuesday, a high of 61 and a low of 47. Cloudy throughout the day, chances of rain through the afternoon. Wednesday, a high of 55 degrees and a low of 42 degrees. Cloudy throughout the day with some chances of rain. And then Thursday, a high of 53 and a low of 42. Cloudy as well throughout the day with low chances of rain. And yeah, that's pretty much all I had to talk about. I know I didn't have much, but I couldn't really find another story. I had the coronavirus story, and that was the only story. I was really interested in it because I own a college here in New Rochelle, and this lawyer here in New Rochelle, he's diagnosed with coronavirus. It's kind of scary because it's a very dangerous disease. Everyone's starting to get sick, and with the spring break coming along, I think it's a recipe for disaster. I think people are going to get really sick, and yeah, I wouldn't risk traveling, but I wouldn't be too cautious about it from me. But if you want to be cautious about it, you can be cautious about it. You can get a mask, you can get gloves, do whatever you want. You can get hand sanitizer. I actually heard a story before we leave. I want to tell us a quick story that someone went to Costco and they were fighting over water bottles. I thought that was really funny because I have a lot of water bottles in my house, and my dad's like, "Oh, we gotta pack up, gotta get the water bottles." I'm like, "Okay, sure." Yeah, we have like 8 cases of water bottles preparing for this because a lot of people are buying water, and the fighting at Costco. If my dad got into a fight, I'd be really concerned for him. That's the coronavirus. That's what's causing all coronavirus is causing all these fights and stuff. And I'm like, oh, it's getting everyone so scared and like cautious. So yeah, try not to get into fights if you're out there shopping for hand sanitizer, soap, or water. Anywho, I think this was kind of interesting because we're in Rochelle, and this is really close. So if you're concerned, be concerned. But if you don't want to be concerned, you don't have to be concerned. You don't have to be too concerned. Anyways, that was it for my highlight news. This was a breaking highlight, so it's all I had really, and it's kind of a big story. So yeah, it's pretty much all I had. Thank you all for watching. I'm your host, Mike Mancuso. This is Highlight News, and welcome to March. Soon we have the spring break, and yeah.